Good looking. Don't force it. Not too much. I ain't about to show y'all my ratio because I don't feel like being judged today. Yeah, we were talking about capability versus capacity. Your capability is within your capacity. I'm about to park. Fuck it. Outside real quick. Your capability is within your capacity. So your capability is the cap on your ability within your capacity to accomplish something. So everybody's capable of dunking a basketball, but the cap on your ability to be able to reach that, it's like how much work, and you gotta work on that gap, that you gotta work on that cap, because you remove the cap and now you have ability. So the capability is the cap that goes on your ability. Your ability is your capacity in the first place. And most people say, "Oh, I don't have the ability of that." That's your capability right there. You're showing us your capability and what you're capable of, because it's able. Cap, able, capable. I'm capable. This is where my limit is. I'm capable of doing this. And that leads us into worth versus value. Your worth and your value are two different things. A lot of times we get caught up in feeling worthless, but because your worth and your value are two different things, that doesn't make you valueless. It was always a cool analogy that God gave me to understand that. Think about a bottle of water. If you go into the dollar store, the bottle of water is worth $1. Nowadays, $1.25, but we're talking about Dollar Tree. But if you go to the movie theater, that bottle of water is going to be $6. $8 probably, because worth is not associated with value. Worth is associated with environment. And if you feel worthless, it's possibly because you're in the wrong environment. How many times have you felt like you were somewhere and you're trying to force something to say? That's because the value isn't there. Now you're trying to force something and to say something so that it feels like it's worth something. How many times you felt out a job that you don't feel appreciated? Your value as a human, as a person, as a child of God is inherent. That just is. However, when you try to apply yourself in something that's boxed, when you put yourself in a box, you're limited to that box. So you're only going to fill up that box, but all of you can't fit in that box. So now you got to cut off all these other pieces, and now you're missing all of yourself because you're only presenting the box, which isn't worth the value of everything you are. Most times I've learned in the past that when I felt lost, it was because I actually deep down knew that I wasn't supposed to be where I'm standing. So I wasn't lost. No. So I was lost. I was lost in the sense of purpose because my coordinates don't coordinate. Where I am and where I am supposed to be are the same places. So when I said my coordinates don't match my coordination, they do. I'm misaligned. I've been misaligned where my steps coordination led me to my coordinates place. So when I was feeling lost, I searched inside that to see that if I don't like my coordinates, I had to go back into my coordination. That's my routine. That's my activity. That's what I'm doing. And a good analogy of that is I just switched shots and I'm in a new place, new coordinates, but it took the coordination of me moving the camera from that side to there, me moving from there to here. That's how I ended up here. Same way you ended up in the spot that you're in or the spot that I'm in. It was the steps that took it to now get what we got. Light is only reflective. On my back is the ratio symbol, the golden ratio symbol. It's the golden ratio symbol, but it was designed by me. So if you look closely, I'm gonna zoom in, you can see that there's a little imperfections in the ratio sign. Those little imperfections are to symbolize that it's not going to be perfect, even if it's the perfect ratio. We make perfection global. We make it this platform. As a child of God, as a follower of Christ, I'm a born sinner. I pay for the sins of my forefather and his forefather and my forefathers. That cost for my sins has been paid by Christ. So when you see me do something and you think, oh, he's going to pay for that. No, Christ already paid for it. They say Jesus is the way, the truth, and the light. John 14:6. Truth is, he lit the way. My main point is, if you feel lost, if you feel empty, that's because you are. You have to accept that. We have to lean into that. I seen somebody say, I've been receiving negative comments lately, and those things been really getting to them and making them feel down about themselves. And how I respond to negativity nowadays and negative comments is I take it. It does hurt. I can't sit there and fake like I'm not human and I just roll back that don't process. I feel it. I it it I feel it. I process it. I strip the negative comment, the negativity from it to find the truth in it. I peel the negative comment like a banana to get the vitamins, the calcium, the stuff that I need in it. Sometimes you can peel a banana and it's all brown. I don't eat that. Look at our life and strip the negativity from it and understand the systems that are in place. One of my friends referred a book to me called Atomic Habits by James Clear. And one of the things that he said that I can align with is you don't rise to the level of your dreams or expectations. You fall to the levels of your systems. So if the systems are in place for your success, you won't be successful. That's what mentorships are. Mentors are presenting systems that work for them to individuals so that they can then use those systems to gain the same success. That's why I've joined AB Academy. I don't understand YouTube. I don't understand the fact that somebody can watch your video and become a fan of the things that are coming out of you. However, what I do understand is that the things are coming out of me. I'm just a voice in the wilderness and that the Lord is using me as a vessel. So inside of that understanding, I'm starting to understand. I'm leaning not on my understanding, but the fact of that these mentors and these people in these groups are saying, hey, I've done this and it's working. Just do it. So look at us. So 2 consecutive days, day 2. Love y'all. Holla at me.